worst game we've seen in months. That is probably the worst game we've seen in months. Oh, oh. We have to recover from that immediately. Immediately. The manager, a lot of questions are going to be asked. Oh, how are we playing like this? How are we losing like this? And the manager, he's been talking, he has spoken, and he's basically blaming the mistakes, right? The manager, Erik Ten Hag, has come out, he's been talking, he's actually blaming mistakes. He's saying, no, the mistakes are the reason we lost. But overall, as a good team, you don't make such type of mistakes. You actually coach those types of mistakes out. I thought these types of mistakes were coached out of the team. You can't just blame mistakes because we also didn't create chances. And then he also said that I know where we're going to finish. There are many games to go. It doesn't matter if there are a lot of games to go. This game we've lost and we've been embarrassed by Liverpool. We've been destroyed by Liverpool. And then the manager comes out to say there are a lot of games to go. We can still recover this. This is not about a lot of games to go. Right now, you've made a lot of mistakes. You have to take accountability. You have to take accountability. The manager has to take account. This is a lack. I'm actually disappointed to actually hear what he has to say because first, you're blaming the mistakes, but we never created enough chances. We were sacrificed today. 3-0 is a sacrifice. Liverpool embarrassed us, right? So you can't come out here and blame mistakes when we barely created anything. We barely even had shots on goal, right? 3-0, you can't blame mistakes on that, right? That falling apart, I know there were some players, Casemiro as well. Yes, his two mistakes destroyed us. He was the worst player on the field. Worst player overall, Casemiro. I think it's time to move him on. But as well, Diego Dalot, he wasn't in his positions, right? Martinez had to cover up for Diego Dalot. And situations like this, you can't keep blaming mistakes. Every season you're blaming mistakes. Every season it's the same thing with Manchester United. And we can't keep moving like this as a club, as an institution. Because if you keep blaming mistakes, even last season and the previous season when we lost to Liverpool 7-0, oh, this and that. Every time it's blaming something else, blaming someone else. The manager, you need to take accountability, right? You're at home. 3-0 to Liverpool is a sacrifice. We got sacrificed, right? We're playing like Burnley and a club like Manchester United. You shouldn't be playing like this. And obviously, I get the manager. He won't come out and say, yes, I'm the problem. But at least do it for the fans. You've lost 3-0. Do it for the fans and just take accountability. He also gave credit to Liverpool, saying, no, they're a good team, this and that. We lost to a good team. But you shouldn't be losing 3-0, right? You shouldn't be losing 3-0. It's the manager as well. Yes, the players on the field are very stupid for making mistakes. But if you saw that game in detail, we barely had clear-cut chances. I just want the manager to take accountability. And the players as well, you got to take accountability, right? Casemiro, those mistakes cost us. Diego Dalot, lack of positional awareness. You're not in the right position. You're not in the situations we need you to be. And overall, I think going into the international break, so Jim Ratcliffe has a massive decision. He has a massive decision to make because there you can genuinely say that we were playing like Burnley. We can genuinely say that, okay, that performance from Manchester United is below average. That's what you expect from a team like Burnley, losing 5-0 or losing 3-0 at home. That's a performance from a team like Burnley. It doesn't matter if we're playing Liverpool or not to lose 3-0. This is Manchester United. You're losing like that. You're getting embarrassed like that at home. And the manager as well. You gotta start someone like Amad Diallo. Why didn't you start him? We saw what Amad Diallo did when he came onto the field. He made a massive difference. So I also put that blame on the manager because Rashford, I think Rashford, the past few games, he's been underperforming, underwhelming. Game after game after game after game, you're underwhelming, underperforming. Rashford, take accountability, right? You're barely creating, you're barely contributing. This is a big game against Liverpool. And we're playing like this. We're getting sacrificed. Playing like Burnley. Getting sacrificed. Liverpool players, Mo Salah, he was smiling. He was smiling because he knows, okay, today I have to play Diego Dalot. Diego Dalot is never in his position. He's never in the right position. Martinez had to cover up for him. When Maguire came, he had to cover up for Diego Dalot, right? Especially that first goal. That was Diego Dalot. Diego Dalot, you're supposed to be marking Mo Salah, and then Martinez is covering for you. I'll do a call-in show the next time, bro, because right now, I don't have my laptop, right? It's only the phone. We're only streaming on the phone. So right now, we are foolish, bro. We are a disgrace. This is the worst I've ever seen. We're losing 3-0 to Liverpool. Just imagine that. Just imagine that. So Alex Ferguson, he's coming to just watch this, to just watch a disgraceful performance. And the manager, you gotta take so much accountability for this because at least you should have started Amad Diallo. And then when you saw the red signs with Casemiro, you should have actually changed up the system because the back line, it was exposed. I'm not gonna blame De Ligt because in the first half, De Ligt, he was one of our best players, right? Intercepting, this and that and this. He was better than Martinez, De Ligt. He was better than Diego Dalot. So as a defender, I don't know why you removed De Ligt, bringing on Harry Maguire when we need a goal, right? We're 3-0 down. You remove De Ligt, bring on Harry Maguire when we need a goal. Harry Maguire won't score anything for you, right? So removing De Ligt, he was okay. The problem were other players, right? There were other defenders like Diego Dalot. He's never in his position. So I don't really get the direction. The manager, you gotta take so much accountability for this game. Step by step, I know it's a strategy. I know it takes time. But overall, as an institution like Manchester United falling apart like this, Erik Ten Hag, please take accountability. Show the fans and show the people. Because if Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he's a businessman that doesn't want to be embarrassed, right? You go to the stadium, you get embarrassed, 3-0. I think he's going to make the call. I think he's going to actually fire him, right? You can't survive something like this. I think the manager might be done because they've invested so much time and money into this team. The defense, they've actually improved that defense massively. And the situation we're in negative goal difference again, right? We ended the season with negative goal difference, starting the season with negative goal difference. So overall, this is on the manager and this is on the players, right? Football is a team sport. You lose together, you win together. So everybody has to take accountability. The only players that can actually say, okay, we weren't part of this massive loss were the players that came on after 3-0. After 3-0, the players that came on, Amad Diallo, fair play, you tried to do something. Yeah, you came on after 3-0. It looks like you couldn't actually do anything, right? Christian Eriksen, he came on 5 minutes left to go. So overall, everybody else, I'm asking questions. I'm asking questions. Are you really good enough for the season? Is the season really there for you? Because Eric, you gotta do more. You gotta do more, add more to the team. We're playing like Burnley. We're actually underperforming at the highest level. This is Manchester United. I can't believe Liverpool coming to Old Trafford, beating us 3-0. It's below average, man. It's below average. And the manager, you can't keep making excuses. You can't keep doing this and that. It'll be interesting to see what Sir Jim Ratcliffe does. Sorry. If he actually fires the manager, I won't be against that. Because time and time again, season and season again, in the Premier League, we're lacking. Before he said, okay, I'm the most competitive manager based on trophies. After Man City, I've won the most trophies. But that doesn't mean anything if you're actually below average in the league, below average in the Champions League, right? Champions League last season, we got destroyed. We got embarrassed. And then right now, you're getting embarrassed at home by Liverpool. So let's not dwell on the past. The FA Cup, that's the past. The Carabao Cup, that's the past. Erik Ten Hag, you need to stop talking about the past, right? Carabao Cup, that's gone. FA Cup, that's gone. Right now, we're getting destroyed. And realistically, top four race is tight. The top four race is tight because we know that Liverpool are going to get top four. We know that Man City, Arsenal are going to get top four. So realistically, it's just a fight between us, Chelsea, and Tottenham for fourth place. Now, you can't actually back the manager because he doesn't have ground to stand on. I agree with you, bro. Last season, I gave him a chance. I gave him, okay, maybe the injuries, this and that. But right now, you don't have a leg to actually stand on, right? The board have backed you massively. The board have actually given him what he wants. And performances like this, we're barely creating chances. We're barely scoring anything. And that was the same against Brighton. So it's not only Liverpool, that was the same against Brighton, underperforming, right? Making mistakes, cutting out this. Because as a manager, you can anticipate. You can anticipate, yes, Casemiro, he's declining. You should have actually anticipated that, oh, Casemiro is declining. Demi asked the board for 2 midfielders. Demi asked the board for this. You can actually anticipate, okay, this man is declining. Diego Dalot isn't a left back. Then he asked the board for a left back. So as a manager, you have to anticipate that. It's been 3 years. We can't be mediocre in the league again, right? Finishing with negative goal difference. I know we're not getting top 4. That's what I'm saying. It's unrealistic now. It's unrealistic. Top 4 is gone because the manager has thrown it away, right? That game against Brighton, at least you should have won that. And right now, we're looking so mediocre. We're looking so bad. We're looking so average at best. And it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Liverpool, your biggest rivals, they come to your house and sacrifice you. 3-0. It was a sacrifice. It was a sacrifice. Below average. And all the players, I think, except for De Ligt, he comes out with some type of credit because some of the interceptions he was making, I'm okay with it. But then the other players, they literally got sacrificed, right? I can't really back any other player that actually started this game. If you started this game, you have to take accountability. Majority of the players, you got to take accountability. If you started this game, take accountability. Manager, players, it's a disaster because we're not even creating basic chances anymore. We're not even creating anything anymore. It's just lackluster performances, lackluster. You're not scoring goals. You're not creating chances, and that was the issue last season, right? And I thought we would actually solve it. The only way you can solve it is either improve our style of play, to create more chances, or get better players. Because Rashford, we know that Rashford is on the decline, right? Get better attacking players. Because last season we finished negative goal difference. The clear, obvious problem was scoring goals. The clear, obvious problem was actually getting the ball in the back of the net. We need something better. We need to act like a big club. Liverpool. Liverpool. Come on, man. These guys were there for the taking. Their new manager, he's also settling in. So for him to actually lubricate us, for him to actually destroy us, it's below average. You have to start asking questions. Top 4 is already gone. Our season might be already over, right? All we have to look forward to is Europa League. Can we win Europa League? That's a massive doubt now. If we play like this in the Europa League, Porto, they'll destroy us. Porto are a good team. They're going to destroy us playing like this. I can even say, okay, Porto right now, they're better than Liverpool. So if we go to Porto playing like this, it's game over. It's game over because right there, Liverpool, they were just toying with us in some periods of the game. The midfield was so weak. Everything about this game was so bad. And overall, you need a change. You can't keep doing the same thing game after game after game after game and expect a change, right? You have to change. You have to change. If something isn't working, you have to change. As a human being, you can't do the same thing over and over and over again and then expect different results. That's what we're doing last season. It needs open heart surgery, but you also need to bring in players that can actually do something, that you can actually rely on, right? When a game is tight. I know this wasn't a tight game. Liverpool won by a mile. But when the game is tight, you need those players that can take you to the next level. And overall, I'm just upset with this. I'm just disappointed with this. Yeah, let's hope everybody actually recovers from this. I'm out.